A franchise doesn't die with a headline. It dies quietly, on a quarterly earnings call, in a release date that vanishes overnight, in a sequel nobody shows up for. 2025 and 2026 didn't just kill movies, they killed entire business models Hollywood thought would last forever. Some of these took decades to collapse. One took 18 months. Let's count the bodies. Number 9. Disney live-action remakes.
I have a secret, Mufasa. I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother.
This used to be the safest bet in Hollywood. The Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. 3 films, $3 billion hits. The formula was simple. Remake nostalgia, print money, repeat. Then, Snow White happened. $25 million opening, $270 million budget, nearly $300 million gone. Just like that. Not because Disney forgot how to market, but because audiences stopped caring. And here's the wild part. They already knew, and still, Moana live action is coming in 2026 with a $200 million budget. That's not confidence, that's denial with a release date. Number 8. Scream.
Corn syrup. Same stuff they use for pig's blood in Carrie.
Surprise, Sydney.
30 years, gone in 2 weeks. This franchise survived everything. 30 decades, multiple reboots, even reinvented the genre it created. Scream 6 hit $169 million. Momentum was real. Then, Scream 7 dropped. Huge opening, $65 million. And then, collapse. 73% second weekend drop. 31% Rotten Tomatoes. C+ cinema score. That's not a dip, that's a rejection. Audiences showed up out of loyalty and walked out warning everyone else. 30 years of goodwill, burned in a single weekend. Number 7. Pixar Originals.
It's Hanger!
Let me at him!
No, that's not ours! Disgust. Glad to have her on our...
Pixar didn't just make movies, they defined original storytelling. Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Wall-E. Then, look at this. Inside Out 2, $1.69 billion. Bellio, $154 million. Hoppers, $88 million. That's the entire story. Sequels are events. Originals are homework. Streaming didn't kill Pixar. It trained audiences to wait. Pixar isn't dying, but the reason people trusted Pixar, that's disappearing. Number 6. Star Wars in theaters.
I'm a driver, and I'm a flyer. I waited a long time for a shot like...
After Solo flopped, Disney hit pause for 7 years. Instead, they trained fans on Disney+, The Mandalorian, Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now they want those same fans to go back to theaters and pay. The Mandalorian and Grogu needs $400 million just to survive. But here's the problem. It looks like the show, and the show was free at home. If this underperforms, Star Wars doesn't pause again. It ends. Number 5. Universal Monsters.
Pan, this is November 4, 09er.
What the hell?
This should have been impossible to fail. Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, 100 years of built-in audience. 3 attempts, 3 failures. The Mummy killed the Dark Universe instantly. Wolfman collapsed mid-production. The Bride opened to $7 million on a $90 million budget. At some point, it's not execution, it's demand. Maybe the audience didn't reject these movies. Maybe they rejected the entire idea. Number 4. The MCU expansion.
No one's allowed to talk, is that it? You can't talk?
No, you intimidate them.
Good God, you're a woman.
The MCU made $29 billion. Then, it broke itself. Not with one bad movie, but with too much homework. Thunderbolts loses money. Audiences are confused. Even the title confused people, and the head of Marvel said that. The casual fan, the one who made Endgame massive, is gone or locked out. Now everything rides on Avengers Doomsday. If that fails, the greatest franchise model in Hollywood history is over. Number 3, Mission Impossible.
Our lives are not defined by any one action. Our lives are the sum of our choices.
$596 million worldwide, and it still lost over $250 million. Think about that. 30 years, 7 films, one of the biggest stars alive, and it didn't matter because the budget hit $400 million. At that level, you don't need success, you need a miracle. The audience didn't reject Mission Impossible, the math did. Number 2, John Wick Universe.
I don't sit at the table.
Your family does.
John Wick 4 was perfect. $447 million, 94% critics, peak franchise. And then they made the classic mistake. They expanded. The Continental underperformed. Ballerina, massive drop. Because this wasn't a universe, it was one man, one character, one story. Remove him and everything collapses. The audience didn't leave the world, they left when he did. Number 1, Megan.
Hi, Megan. I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out? Okay.
This one is brutal. $12 million budget, $180 million worldwide, a viral phenomenon. Then came the sequel, $30 million budget, $39 million total. A 78% collapse because the entire appeal was surprise, and surprise doesn't sequel. Then it gets worse. Universal canceled the spin-off entirely. Already filmed, already scheduled, gone. Not delayed, erased. That's not a struggling franchise, that's a dead one. In 18 months, fastest collapse in modern Hollywood. 9 franchises, different budgets, different studios, same mistake. They thought, if it worked once, it'll work again. It never does. It just costs more when it doesn't. Which one hurts the most? Is Star Wars actually finished in theaters, or can it still come back? And did Scream 7 kill the franchise, or just expose it? Let me know below.